And then Mom just got announced as being on this season of Traitors. I really am very looking forward to see how she does.
But Donna, yeah, we're all kind of anxious to see it, but she's
cautiously pessimistic.
We've seen the evil side of Donna. You guys haven't.
Travis Kelce just popped up at the Chiefs minicamp looking like he skipped dessert for 6 months straight, and insiders are not keeping it low-key. Word is the guy's had a full-on glow-up. After spending his summer flexing more in Florida's beach chairs than in training drills, side by side with Taylor Swift, Travis rolls back into Missouri looking leaner, lighter, and surprisingly nimble. We're talking about a dude who used to bulldoze defenders like a human wrecking ball, now gliding around like he's auditioning for Dancing with the Stars Tight End Edition. Apparently, last season wasn't exactly his greatest hits album. His stat sheet was, let's say, underwhelming. Just 3 touchdowns in the entire regular season and barely a blip on the radar during that Super Bowl heartbreak against the Eagles. The guy's presence was more background dancer than headliner, and some folks blamed his off-the-field fame explosion for the dip. Yeah, maybe being half of the most watched couple since Bennifer 2.0 took some of that gridiron grit away. And let's be real, when you're spending your off days jet-setting to concerts, popping up in VIP boxes and getting name-dropped in Grammy speeches, it's kinda hard to keep your helmet on straight. Insiders even whispered that the playbook might have taken a backseat to paparazzi flashes. His highlight reel looked more like a music video montage than a football season recap. It's not like he completely fell off, but compared to his usual dominance, the dude was practically on mute. But now, it looks like the Kelce we all knew is staging a comeback. Insiders at camp said he was moving smooth, like yoga instructor on caffeine smooth, and clearly put in the work. His bromance buddy Pat McAfee spilled the tea too, saying Trav and Taylor are keeping each other inspired and dialed in, which basically translates to, he's back in beast mode, people. One source said he bulked a little too hard last year and swore off that extra gravy this offseason. And guess what? He followed through. No more heavy-footed Kelce. He's gone full hardcore, possibly eyeing this season as his last dance, which definitely adds a sprinkle of drama to the mix. He's even skipping the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, the actual Stanley Cup Finals, to stick with drills and reps. That's commitment. Or maybe Taylor hid his plane tickets. Either way, it's probably for the best that Kelce's hanging back in Missouri because the vibes near Taylor's Rhode Island mansion just took a nosedive into true crime territory, like actual CSI Watch Hill levels. A human leg bone, yes, a leg bone, decided to casually wash up near her picture-perfect seaside estate, the same one she wrote an entire folklore ballad about. Locals went full Scooby-Doo when the news hit, and suddenly Taylor's dreamy mansion felt less 4th of July sparkle and more slaying podcast intro. Turns out, the remains belong to a Massachusetts man named Eric Ween, missing since April. His car had been spotted awkwardly parked weeks before anyone realized he'd vanished, which honestly sounds like a horror movie opening scene. Now the cops are saying there's no foul play, but try telling that to the internet sleuths who's already created a Google Doc, 10 TikToks, and a Spotify playlist called Serial in Swifty Town. And here's the kicker. Eric's remains showed up just 3 weeks after another unidentified body was pulled from the Seekonk River, and another just before that in Connecticut, and, well, you get the pattern. It's like a creepy scavenger hunt across New England no one signed up for. People started whispering about a serial slayer, while authorities kept popping up like, nope, just a very creepy coincidence. The local police chief tried to shut it all down, but when bodies started turning up in rivers, woods, and bike paths like it's some dystopian Easter egg hunt, people stopped buying the nothing to see here routine. And then there's Donald Koffel, the only guy they've arrested so far, who confessed to bludgeoning someone, then died in custody before anyone could ask him, so, did you do all of them? Naturally, this sent conspiracy fans into a frenzy. Facebook groups blew up, TikTok sleuths lit their ring lights, and families started angrily demanding their loved ones be taken off these slay maps. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, Donna Kelce is busy plotting her own kind of takedown, but this time in a Scottish castle with hidden traitors and prize money on the line. Yep, Travis and Jason's mom has officially traded her stadium snacks and glitter signs for high-stakes drama on the Traitors. If you thought game day was intense, wait until you see Mama Kelce sniffing out liars in tartan with a poker face that could stun a linebacker. And let's be real, the timing is impeccable. While her sons are rewriting NFL comeback stories, Donna's over in Scotland channeling her inner Lady Macbeth, but with more sequins and less blood. Insiders say she's not just there to sip wine and gossip about the other contestants, she's there to win. But of course, because this is 2025, the internet had to do what it does best, dig up every spicy Facebook post from the past decade. Apparently, she once defended the Paris 2024 Olympics opening ceremony for being, let's say, creatively extra. Cue Dionysus, wine and toga parties galore. While the pearl clutchers were foaming at the mouth, Donna was giving a mini history lecture and telling everyone to stop falling for clickbait. Bold move, Mama Kelce. And now that she's entering the world of reality TV, where people backstab each other for prize money while pretending it's all strategic, some are wondering if her outspoken style will ruffle feathers or win hearts. One thing's clear, Donna's not tiptoeing around anybody's opinion. She's already told the world that raising 2 NFL giants was just the warm-up. Now she's in the game herself, and if you think she's going to back down from a fight or a scripted castle showdown, you clearly haven't met a Kelce. Because while Donna's busy preparing to outwit, outplay, and outdramatic everyone in that moody Scottish castle, her sons are already turning her casting into comedy gold. Jason and Travis popped up at the Cannes Lions Festival, yes, the fancy ad world party in France, to talk creativity, but let's be honest, all anyone cared about was the fact that Mama Kelce is about to become the queen of reality TV chaos. Jason looked like he was trying not to burst into nervous laughter, calling himself cautiously pessimistic, which is code for, this could either be iconic or an absolute train wreck, and I'm not emotionally prepared for either. Meanwhile, Travis, ever the showman, joked that the world hasn't seen Donna's evil side yet, and judging by the mischievous glint in his eye, he might not be entirely kidding. Word is the Kelce boys grew up with a mom who could call a bluff better than a Vegas dealer and shut down sibling fights faster than a defensive tackle on 3rd and long. The real kicker? These two knew this was coming. Fans caught on fast when their podcast's X account sneakily reposted a months-old episode where they debated if they could survive the Traitors, all while pretending it was no big deal. Classic foreshadowing. And now that Donna's officially in the cast with Bachelor Bros, Love Island hunks, and Real Housewives royalty, her sons are bracing themselves for whatever chaos Peacock is about to unleash. You can tell they're both proud and slightly terrified. Jason keeps side-eyeing the possibility of his mom going full stealth mode, while Travis is ready with popcorn and maybe a burner account for live tweeting when suddenly the internet decides to shift focus from Mama Kelce's castle drama to Jason Kelce's, birthday suit tribute permanently inked on someone's body. And not just any tattoo, we're talking full pin-up glory. Think vintage bombshell pose, but swap out the red lipstick for a bushy beard and some strategically placed team mascot named Swoop guarding Jason's, well, eagle. Naturally, fans lost their collective minds. It was as if the Philly skyline had been replaced by Jason's naked ambition. And of course, everyone's first thought was the same. What does Kylie think? The Queen of Calm herself slid into the comments faster than Jason into retirement, basically saying she didn't even know where to begin, which, let's be real, is the only correct reaction when your husband becomes a thirst trap on someone's thigh. The internet, however, was living for it. One person said it wasn't the weirdest thing they'd seen, but it was close, which feels like a dangerously low bar. Others quoted Spy Kids like it was a horror movie reveal, because apparently even God might need a moment after seeing Jason Kelce in nothing but shin guards and confidence. And to the artist, no notes, absolute chaos. We love to see it. Travis reportedly cracked up so hard he nearly dropped his protein shake, while Jason took it in stride like he just scored a touchdown with glitter. Meanwhile, the New Heights account chimed in, hyping it like it was the Sistine Chapel of sports tattoos. And honestly, they're not wrong. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.